welcome back to Grim Reading Kings, where we talk about anything spooky and scary and murderous and anything like that.
Conspiracies.
And conspiracies. We're not touched there yet, have we?
No, we haven't yet.
So,
but it's coming up.
Oh, definitely,
I kind of did with JFK, didn't we?
Yeah, true.
Chickadificate. And on tonight's episode, what's our chatty episode, we're going to be talking about the 27 Club, which is a club for dead people.
It makes it sound so...
age.
Yeah, it sounds like a cheery thing.
It
The
does.
27 Club!
Yes, it's a lot of people actually have joined this club where they all died at the age of 27, which is a weird thing to talk about, but it's... Look out there.
It is a thing, so we're going to talk about it, basically. So we have a list, and we've got the names, what they were, and how they died. But then Tamsin knows quite a bit about this. Tom does as well. I don't know much, so it'll be a bit
some learning.
It'll be of a chatty. It's a chatty episode,
Exactly.
so we're just going to chat about it. But we just have a list to go by, and then we're going to chat.
But the very first on the list
Oh.
is one of Tamsin's, which is Robert Johnson.
Yep.
Which obviously was an insane guitarist and slashed,
Slash and dash.
and also had a bit of a devil thing about him. May or may not have sold his soul to the devil.
Yep.
But I can't. What was the poison he was?
He was poisoned, basically.
He
Yeah.
was poisoned, but he had like a cyst in his
Or like
stomach,
an
or like an
ulcer.
ulcer,
Yeah.
stomach
Yeah.
ulcer, and the poison mixed with it badly, and it caused him to die.
Yeah.
And the poison was from a mothball or
Yeah, it was
something.
mothballs, which was commonly used poison back then. But it was, they took something from, they extracted Green from the mothballs, which is the actual poison,
Yeah.
and then put it in because it's odorless. It's meant to be tasteless, but apparently he did taste it, so I don't know.
Fair play. Nice way to go.
I was going to say, if you die from it, then you can't really say if you tasted it or not.
No.
So
Yeah.
maybe they just lie to say it's tasteless.
I must
It
say-
scares people.
I said nice way to go. It wasn't because he was there for like 2 days. So
Yeah, he was
Oof,
actually
way to
in
go.
pain.
3 days of just rotting away in bed.
Noise.
That's great.
So Brian Jones is a frontman of the Rolling Stones, if you're in England.
Really?
You're going to find a rhythm to this, but he overdosed on barbiturates. It's a word I didn't
Tom
really
likes
know
that word.
today, another word. But basically drug overdose,
Yeah.
and dove into a swimming pool and drowned.
Nobody noticed. Yeah, because I follow it with my finger. So,
Oh, right.
yeah, nobody noticed that you've jumped in, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he just died alone because he just couldn't get out. He was just screwed, and yeah, he couldn't get out, so he just drowned. And then they found him. I think they found him a couple of hours later.
Mm-hmm. Just think, because there was a few people around, but they must have all been on something,
Yeah.
They all
so
were.
they
weren't
wouldn't have noticed.
they would have-
Yeah, they would just been in their own little.
Something about swimming pools like that. They spooked me out for some reason. Like I think I was watching videos of like someone dressed like a Spider-Man morph suit, and he dived in to like celebrate with kids and like be like Spider-Man for the day. And he just waterboarded himself basically, so he just tried as close to the surface.
Oh.
He got out eventually, but it was like a proper climb. It wasn't like a mask; it was like a climbing one, and he couldn't breathe. And when he's getting out, kids just splash him with water.
Oh,
my
I bet.
God.
Fucking hell. That'd be the scariest thing.
Yeah, just swimming pools and booze and drugs is just such a bad combo.
Yeah, don't do it,
So
guys.
bad.
And the other ones where the brides jump in, they've got all that shit, all
Oh,
their dresses up over
yeah.
their head, and like
Yeah.
It actually
drowns
happened
them.
to a woman on her wedding day. She jumped in a pool or a stream or a river or something in
Yeah.
her wedding dress, and the wedding dress went over her and she drowned.
Fucking
They
hell.
couldn't find her.
What?
Yeah, she like floated away. It was awful.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just stay away from water.
do that.
Moral of the story.
And the next one, very obviously, Kurt Cobain,
Yeah.
frontman of Nirvana, and guitarist. Shotgun to the head, isn't it? But people like to speculate on who did it. Did he do it? Did Courtney Love do it? I almost said Courtney Cox. She definitely didn't do it.
No, I don't think she would have a hand in that,
No.
really.
Can
you prove
it? Were you there?
But the argument there is that the shotgun is so long, it's quite hard to accurately shoot yourself in the head.
Yeah,
On
like
the
how would you
face.
do it?
But nevertheless, it happened. So
And he was 27.
27, believe it
Yeah.
or not, and joined the group. So the jury's still out on that one. Who may or may not have killed him?
Many conspiracies about him.
Yeah.
Even though he did leave a note to his.
God,
Go pick up on the mic.
Oh my god! I just got told off.
Because she was fiddling.
your book is properly scribbled up.
I know.
That's a well-used diary.
Literally, yours is like pristine.
Mine, you can like. I was gonna say roll bread on there. What the fuck? You
Roll some bread.
You can roll some bread or flip a penguin on my
Oh,
book.
I love flipping penguins.
So, Kristen Pfaff. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I think it's just Paff, but
P-F-A-F-F.
They're not faff with a silent P.
oh, maybe Faff.
That's more likely. Now you've got
Yeah.
a brain on you
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Member of the band Hole.
Who was Courtney Love's band?
Yeah.
Courtney Love's band, and that was before.
No, it was after.
Was it after?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't long after Kurt Cobain
Like 2 months.
killed
or so.
himself.
I can remember.
Very close. It was in the same year.
Yeah. Again, heroin overdose. So, unfortunately, these guys lived hard and
He liked
fast
to indulge.
and died young, but they had a lot more fun.
Yeah. They didn't suffer, did they?
No, exactly. Did not suffer. They did not feel a thing.
Our John.
John Morrison. Jim Morrison, frontman of The Doors. Drug-induced overdose, which causes heart to attack.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, that's my writing. It was a drug-induced heart attack.
Yeah.
But I put it as attic, and I put overdose in the middle of it. But basically, it was a drug overdose which caused him to have a heart attack. Which cocaine does that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was cocaine.
I mean, it was a mixture. They always had mixtures.
Oh yeah, true.
Just a cocktail of drugs.
Yeah.
Just shove
That'll do
right in
it.
them. Yeah.
I think so. You can be like, oh, it's a heart attack from a drug overdose. Everything that happens to you is going to be like,
Yeah.
you can't just call a drug overdose, can you? You'd be
No.
like, brain shut down, body stop moving.
Drug overdose.
Go to sleep.
Next on the list, Janis Joplin,
So yeah, that was the band. But
Big Brother band and singer. Big Brother band. It's weird. I've heard of obviously heard of Janis Joplin, but I've never heard of
Well,
Big
when
Brother
she
band.
did her famous song, she was with the Big Brother band. I don't think people know that. I think they thought she was just a singer on her own, but she.
Oh, poor band.
Their lead singer was really, really against drugs, and Janis Joplin at the time was really against drugs, and she was like, if I move away, move out away from this band, I'm gonna get into drugs, and she was terrified of doing that and dying. But she did it anyway. She left them. But she had a really shitty childhood. She got bullied so badly because people thought she was ugly. I actually thought she was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think the only thing was that she had blemishes on her face, and at that time I think women were meant to be, pristine.
Yeah.
She obviously wasn't. But she was voted the ugliest man at her school. That's awful, isn't it? Ugliest man.
That was a curveball. I wasn't expecting
I
it
know.
straight there.
I know. Yeah. And I also think that she was most likely a lesbian and didn't want to or couldn't come out because there's a woman who says that she was in a relationship with her when she died.
Okay.
And that Janis Joplin, I think, got engaged to a guy but was never close to any men.
No.
I think probably because she, got all this bullying and stuff, she didn't really want to be. But yeah, I think
Maybe
she was
she,
probably a lesbian that couldn't come out.
Because maybe she didn't think that she was worth it either. Like, no one's going to love me, I'm so ugly. Because she got told that growing up.
She was always very insecure, which is really shocking when you watch her on, live singing. It's like, this must be the most, confident woman in the world. It really, really wasn't.
That's a lot about musicians, though. When they're on the stage in front of thousands of people, it makes no difference. But if you're in a room with 4 people, that's horrific. Horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific. Yes.
Hers was an overdose.
Yeah, drug overdoses again.
Our kids are horrible. They're just so imaginative. They're the ugliest man, actually.
I hope the teachers were like, no, this can't happen, not just joining in.
You're the ugliest woman,
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Best I can do.
Next on the list, Jimi Hendrix. God damn. That annoys me so much because of how amazing he was by the age of 27. Can you imagine if he kept going?
He was a guitarist, by the way.
Yeah, if you didn't know,
I
Jimi
don't
Hendrix,
know.
the very unknown guitarist.
Very unknown. Yeah, nobody knows
He
him.
didn't have his own style. He was quite boring.
No, really
Yeah.
Just basic.
Never played the national anthem, not once.
Played with only his hands and nothing else.
Never set fire to anything.
Never used his teeth.
Didn't he always wear flat shoes as well?
He did. He was a white right-handed man. Got you again.
I knew it.
If you can't tell, we're very sarcastic people.
Yeah.
For those who can't get sarcasm.
So this was sleeping pills. I can't remember the quantity now. Was something ridiculous.
Yeah, and it wasn't like. So he was on drugs anyway, but then he took a high quantity of sleeping pills,
Yes.
which did it.
No, I've gone too far back into random shit. But yeah, it was a very, very high dose, which killed him, which is very stupid.
Yeah.
Next on the list, Rudy Lewis, an R&B singer for the... Is that
The Drifters.
Wow. That was like the Brifts.
That's my right.
Wow. That's a T?
Yeah, what about it?
Fair play.
That's not crossed.
It is. It goes into the E.
Oh my god.
The E, which is attached to the backward C. Clearly. So yeah, the R&B singer for the Drifters. Guess how he died?
Was it a drug overdose?
Twas a cat.
It was a cat.
Can you start reading yours?
You're right.
Ronald McKernan? Is that how you
That's-
say it?
The Grateful Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grateful Dead. So he had psoriasis of the liver.
Psoriasis.
Cirrhosis. Cirrhosis?
That was psoriasis, wasn't it?
No.
No, cirrhosis.
Psoriasis.
Oh, that's
is
with
a
an S.
skin condition.
So which one
It's
was
actually
it?
with a P.
It is.
It's I can't. Corrosive. Oh my god.
It was a
Cirrhosis of the liver. Cirrhosis?
something like that.
Oh
What's his
my
name?
lord, we said this a million times.
Ronald
earlier.
McKernan.
You said
But you're just going to see the word. Cirrhosis of the liver.
Well, I want to see it different to Sammy's.
Why is that Ronald McDonald?
You clicked on Ronald McDonald's. I didn't know he was in the 27 Club, honestly. Next on the list, Ronald McDonald. Did he die of a drug overdose?
That's so...
Ronald McDonald as
They
well.
want you corrected it for me.
He died
Ronald
of
McDonald's
obesity.
death. Oh my god. Okay.
No.
Right, what was his actual...
Oh my god.
McKernan. Fucking.
I was like, that got it really quick. That's really good.
It was a picture on Wikipedia, like.
Oh, that killed me. What's the name of the pigeon? Or something.
Pigpen.
Pigpen.
The pigeon.
Pigeon. So
I'm having
close.
what a mess I'm having today. Pigpen.
Today.
Every single day. Right, that's the actual Ronald.
Yeah, he's not as colourful.
That's so funny. Oh,
Cirrhosis, I think it is.
If it-
Cirrhosis of the liver.
that is it, isn't it?
Yeah. It must
Basically,
be.
drinking drugs destroyed his liver.
Yeah. Cause internal hemorrhage.
It's like a disease. It's the liver disease.
Yeah.
Caused
Which is what I
him
wanted to write down, but they both insisted that I write this word.
I had
but
no
now-
insistence.
That was my fault.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
he Ronald started drinking at the age of 12, so that's well, not that long really.
No, but
15
Yeah.
years.
but think if you start that early, then
It's not that unusual. I think most people start drinking at like 12.
yeah,
Yeah.
but not consistent.
Yeah,
Consistently.
that's true. If you're drinking like an alcoholic at 12, yeah.
Not that
that's
professional
crazy.
level, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Jean
This is.
Right.
Tams, you know how to say this name, do you? Jean
Michael.
Bascourt.
No,
No.
I do
He
not.
is a graphic artist with a really cool, fancy name.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
How did he die, Sammy?
It was. I think it was some sort of drug overdose.
was it actually?
I think it might have been heroin.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
way.
That's new.
But he was known to go through, well, up to 100 bags a day.
Which I don't know.
Could do that.
Don't know how much a bag is in heroin terms, but
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
guessing that's a lot. That
A
shall be
spoonful.
a spoon.
Like, is it though? Because they do like I don't know many syringes when they're doing it, don't they?
Yeah,
I don't know.
don't
I'm not very
know.
familiar with it.
Well, I don't know. Wouldn't you be screwed off? I don't know.
I really don't know.
know.
You'd be so numb. How would you do anything?
I don't really want to Google how many bags. Like, how
I've
much?
Cocodamol, I'm like in space.
Yeah.
But, yeah, okay. So, it seems to be...
Good going.
There's a really easy way to get to the 27 club here.
Yeah. Well, you've already passed. We've all passed it. Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
We're not famous either, so... Oh, no.
And then, to break the trend, Amy Winehouse, which she would... It's crazy watching the comparison from when she was, like, 20 to, like...
She was a singer, by the way.
Some people you don't have to, like, just do...
You do have to, because people might not know.
Really?
She was a singer.
Yeah, so
Singer.
Amy Winehouse was a singer.
And,
Was
yeah.
she... Hers was tough because we literally watched her mental health deteriorate and
Yep.
no one gave a shit until she was dead.
Yep.
Like, she literally said, I need to leave this industry. I just need to get away.
Mm-hmm.
And she went on holiday with her dad. She said, can you and me just go on holiday, like, before she died? And he was like, yeah, of course, we'll go to Hawaii and just get away. And her dad brought a whole video, like, filming team and made a documentary about it. And she was just like, she's not with it. Like, she's not...
Aww.
Yeah, it was...
Just using her,
definitely,
basically.
like, I mean, nothing helped her, did it?
No. But basically,
No one.
yeah. I'd say she died of alcohol poisoning. But this was after she was in rehab, wasn't it, for like a few months. She was...
Oh my god, he scared me.
Keep doing
Yeah,
it.
she went to rehab. She was clean for a long time. That's why she died, because her body had gotten rid of everything from its system, and then a shock to the system from drinking that much, because I think she was 5 times over the limit. Like, she drank a lot.
Yeah, it was like... She drank as if how she used to.
Yeah.
But obviously her body wasn't used to
Couldn't
it,
do
so
anymore,
yeah.
So she gave in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think that whole thing is a sheer, like, way of looking at someone being exploited to death.
Yeah.
Like, it's so sad watching her, because obviously she was anorexic as well. And
yeah, she
you
just
can just see that she's so tiny. And,
so unhappy as well, wasn't she?
and on stage, like, you can she can't even sing. She's like, because you know what she
She's
was
a
like.
bit
She
like-
could sing
yeah.
everywhere, but there's one where she gets booed off the stage and she's screaming at them, and they're just like, get off, because they
Aw.
even her fans couldn't deal with that. They paid all that money and she can't even stand.
Yeah.
Like, she was just a mess. It was really sad because she was so talented,
Yeah.
crazy.
That's what happens
Don't
to you know, yes people around you. People don't want to put you in a bad mood and say, like, oh, you're being shit.
Yeah,
Like, you need to wise up a bit. And it's
That
like,
is-
oh, have some of this, you'll be fine.
yeah,
Yeah, just power through it, you'll be fine. Yeah, but I need a rest. No, you'll be fine, just have this.
Same as Elvis.
Really
Yeah,
exploitive.
Elvis was
Yeah.
Worked to death.
yeah, worked to death, that's it. I'm trying to think, why did I not think of that? Worked to death.
Right. Next on the list, Anton Yelchin. I'm hoping that's how you pronounce his
Anton
name.
Yelchin, yeah.
And you know about this one, don't you?
This one breaks my heart. I genuinely, I was so in love with this guy. Like,
What
You've
did he
seen
do?
his
Why was he
films.
famous?
he's an actor.
Oh, thank you.
I think the last thing he did was like Star Trek.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure. I watched a film with him. He was really young in it, and he was like in this gang, and I was like, oh, I just can't. So basically, how he died was he was going into his house, and he put his SUV on, like, with
Park.
the handbrake
Yeah.
up, put into park.
Oh, literally.
Got out to open the gate, and his SUV carried on, and it pinned him between the car and a gate, and no one could hear him. No one knew he was there, so he eventually was crushed to death.
Oh, that's horrible.
And then the SUV, his family sued them because there was a fault with the car. It wasn't just him, like,
Being silly.
yeah, basically. Oh my god,
That's horrible.
It's still really tough, that one.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
It's horrible when you know that they've suffered.
That's what it is.
It
That's what it is.
It would have been so slow.
It would have been
just-
awful if he found out he was a druggie and died of that. But yeah,
He was
the
just-
fact he was like really nice and then went and
Yeah.
Next on the list, Alan Wilson, member of the band Canned
Heat.
Canned Heat.
Yeah.
Lovely. I thought it was like a next bit. I was like, Canned Heat DNS.
That's not even DNS. Do you know what that says?
What? Drug.
Yeah.
oh
it?
my god!
Are you a doctor?
It doesn't look like drug at all.
So,
How is that a D? How is that a D?
Alan Wilson, member of the band Canned Heat, had a drug overdose.
Just to shake things up a little bit.
Just to shake it up,
Shockity
yes.
shock.
Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah,
I've not heard of him. He's an actor.
actor in like the 80s. I think most people know him. I'm trying to think what film. No, I can't think his films. Yeah, he was like a heartthrob. Like everyone was in love with him.
Okay, yeah.
But he was abused in the,
Industry.
Hollywood world,
Mm-hmm.
and it destroyed him. He got very, very depressed, and he ended up taking his life at 27 by hanging himself. It was very, very sad. He was a very handsome and talented boy.
Yeah.
That to me is such a horrible way. I couldn't think of anything. Well, I could think of things worse, but that shows desperation, doesn't it?
It really does. Especially, it sounds really weird, but when it's a celebrity, like, because you think of why people kill themselves, and you think, oh, they're mental health and they're poor and all this kind of stuff. But it's so much more shocking when it's a celebrity, because you're like, surely they've got it all.
Yeah,
They've got all of this money and all these houses. It's going to tick off, I think.
Yeah. The one that got me with that still does is Robin Williams. That really.
I watched a documentary about him recently.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just another one that you think did the doctors get it completely wrong? Like, if they had got his diagnosis right, he probably wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, that's
because
it.
we would have all understood. But he was going down a path where he wasn't going to have a life. He was going to have his disease was going to take over. He wasn't going to have a sense of humour or a sense of life or anything. I'm not saying that it was for good, but it was like,
for his sake, is probably the easy
sake,
way out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it probably was.
So
But
horrible.
yeah, the day that I heard that, I was like, no, that can't be true whatsoever.
Then when the picture come out, I was like, why do you watch it? Why do you look at that?
No.
I would do it to
Yeah.
myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was going to see what they look like when they're dead. Why?
He was really into drinking drugs back in the day when he was a stand-up comedian. He would literally say, like, yeah, do coke all the time. Wake up to coke, go to sleep to coke. Like, yeah.
But the improv was out of this world.
His improv, no one can do improv like him. If he had sold his soul to the devil for improv and comedy, I would not be surprised.
No.
I don't know how he did it, but he was just spot on. Really was.
Yeah.
Right. Is that Thane or Chain?
That's your writing.
Oh no. Plot twist.
Oh my god.
Look at your writing. We can read it.
I used to be a doctor.
It was none of them.
Oh.
What did I write?
Mystery name.
Fine.
Ehine?
Thune.
Elridge? Gary Rhodes?
It might be.
Gary Thane.
Is it an E?
What's the last name?
Gary Thane.
It was him.
Yeah. Okay. Gary Thane.
Wow. Sorry, Simon, your writing is miraculous.
Thank you.
Actually, your writing is very, very nice.
Thank you.
Mine's scribbly and bad.
You're a man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Well, boys' writing is usually more scruffy.
You're not wrong there. Fine. So, the very last on our list for this time, there's so many names.
Yeah, we
but
could do another list.
yeah, 100%. We just want to give you the main bulk of the people you might know.
Mm-hmm.
So Gary Thane was a bassist for a band called Uriah Heep, and they do some pretty cool jazzy songs with like organs and stuff, like so 70s. And he died, believe it or not, from a heroin overdose.
Oh my god.
No way. I wonder if they all do it on purpose. Like, oh, have you heard anything for the 27 Club?
The
Like,
thing is, sorry to interrupt.
no, that's fine. No, you go.
If you went through all of these people, I think you'd find them very similar because they all like have their stories from how they grew up. They all like had bad relationships with their parents, or like lost their parents at young, or got into drink and drugs really when they were young. Like, it's all that. So I think mental health and then dealing with that, especially in the 60s, here's some heroin, we don't know any better about it, just makes you feel good.
Yeah, true.
Like, that was it. You didn't know your limits, and it was probably like completely different stuff. That I'm not saying like today's heroin is really healthy, you should try it, but like it was new,
If anything,
and
it's worse.
it wasn't what it was now. It would have
No.
been like all this different stuff. And
Yeah.
I think that's it
And
was
not
just
like no one would have known the side effects as
yeah.
much as where we are now. That it's
I
actually
think
really
you would
bad.
have worked it out with all the deaths.
Yeah, you would have
but-
thought so, but then they're like, "Oh, don't worry, it only happened
Yeah.
yesterday. It's fine."
And probably they're all in the same environment. There's always people who are going to be like, "Here, have some drugs, get on stage,
Yeah,
keep going, keep going, keep going."
this
you
is
know?
really good. Like, this will get you going. This will get you in the zone.
Yeah, this will make you help write music, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Was that thing is too much of a good thing. It must feel amazing. Then all of a sudden you just fall off the edge, and you're like you just
Yeah.
know coming back from it.
It's
just
like
keep
when you
going
go
down.
to a buffet and you look at the buffet
I
and you're
love
like,
a buffet.
this is so good, I'm going to eat everything. And then you do eat everything, and then afterwards you're like, oh, it feels so good.
We should have eaten everything.
Shouldn't have done that.
Definitely shouldn't have said that.
Do you know what? I've said that. Do you know what? I wonder how old Nicky Six was when because he overdosed on heroin and then came back alive again, didn't
Yeah.
he? So
I
was
dunno.
Phil Anselmo.
Did he?
Phil Anselmo collapsed on stage,
Oh shit.
and I don't know if he died and they resuscitated him or not. I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
We had a massive problem with heroin, but yeah, I mean, you don't.
Yeah, you watch interviews with him now, he's so slow and his brain's gone. I'd burn down a great portion of the house.
Oh, no, yeah.
You can always tell when they're like old, and you can just see that you don't know how they've survived, but they've
No.
survived. Like
Yeah.
fucking Keith Richards, Jesus Christ!
Oh my god.
Like it's just, you never understand what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's some ASMR then.
They all talk like
Keith
that, and then they
Richards
all go,
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny
Like,
Depp's
wow.
the same, isn't he? In his core heroin's like,
Again, a good example of drugs. For
Yeah.
yeah,
life.
hello,
Yeah.
and he just breaks into it. It's like,
Yeah, literally. They have really
Grudge now.
Yeah, the Grudge was really into heroin as well, apparently. That's why she.
Depends which one.
Yeah, that's true.
I've only watched one. I'll never watch again. Really fun. Right, we're
Really?
Anyway, yeah, we're going on tangent again.
going. We're sorry.
Yeah.
But that was our brief encounter there with the 27 Club before the famous deaths.
Mhm.
So we're ready to say it.
Yeah.
But
I also think they were probably in their prime or getting there. Like 30 was quite old at the time. So they're thinking, shit, I'm going to be 30 soon. Like, I need to get all of this out now while I'm still in my 20s.
yeah,
Let's do extra drugs. Let's get on extra stages. And
Yeah, push it
Yeah.
out so I can relax in my 30s.
yeah, basically.
Like just, yeah.
I'm so old about 33, and they're like, oh, I'm just.
So,
My heroin days are behind me.
You've got no chance now. You can't overdose now, my
I
friend.
couldn't even pick up a spoon anymore. I think. Beautiful. That's a good way to round it up. I can't pick up a spoon.
That's it. Tom can't pick up a spoon. I got
Yeah,
a
so
sneeze.
thanks for watching. Where are you
Yeah.
going?
I had a sneeze coming then and
Oh,
it
did you?
disappeared because you just distracted
oh
me.
my
I
god,
was
there was a bit in your story where I'm half sneezing and I'm just like, see if you can spot it.
oh, yeah. I'll just keep that as the whole video.
Yeah.
Just your face.
Tom's
Thumbnail.
Say demonic depression.
Wow. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm so depressed.
This TikTok edit is going to be disgusting. Holy shit, it's like a air raid siren.
We both like kind of sighed at the same time, and then we were like, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
A very professional podcast.
Make sure you go and follow us on TikTok because there'll be probably lots of outtakes of this and
no
Tamsin's editing.
Yeah.
So enjoy that.
And join the group.
On Facebook, yeah, tell us your stories because obviously there's lots more to the 27 Club. We're probably going to touch on it again in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know. Join the page and comment. Say hi.
Add to our podcast and we can read back on the stuff we completely missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us stuff we don't know.
We don't know a lot. Basically, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. What were you going to say there?
I was just going to round off, but I keep forgetting to say, thank your script in the end. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You can round off now if you like. I've said it.
I told you to round off. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow us. And follow our Facebook page.
Yes. And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.